Hi friends, good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the Karban community in Tripura. So the Karban community has been in news for past 3-4 days in newspaper and various medias report or the online media have been covering this news regarding Karban community. So what exactly the news? I'm going to talk about it and let's go. So if I talk about why Karban community in news, actually recently the Tripura High Court headed by Chief Justice Indra Mahanti and Justice Subhasis Talapatra, they actually take the cognizance of the PIL and directed the center and state to submit detailed report on Karban community. The PIL contends that the Karban community in Tripura is on the verge of extinction. It is going to extinct. It is about to extinct now, and hence the concrete measures to save this community from extinction have to be taken. Therefore, the state government and the central government was directed by the Chief Justice of Tripura and the other judges. Therefore, the center and the state will have to submit their report through affidavit before 9 November, right? Or before 9 November, the center and the state will have to submit the report. So if I talk about, let me tell you who are the Karban tribes and where they are and how they are. So I'm going to talk about all of this. So let me tell you about the Karban community or the Karban tribes. So it's basically resides in Tripura, basically in the West Tripura and the Dalai district. And they belong to the Halam community. Halam community is a tribe in Tripura. So it is the Karban community is considered as sub-tribe of the Halam community. And however, their history is still not known since the small community, as in a small community, the focus has been very less, and therefore their history is not written in proper manner. They are mingled with the major tribe, therefore their history and their ethnic culture and language, although they have language, their dialect, and but the focus have been very less, and even the research paper is very limited on this community. In the recently, as the FIL was filed and the High Court of Tripura has taken cognizance of the case of the petition, therefore it has directed both the state, both the government, and therefore they basically practice traditional economy, such as like they collect non timber forest produce from the forest, such as jungles leaf and bamboo shoot and different kind of edible things. So they also do hunting and huntings of animals and birds, and also they catch fishes, right, from the small streams of the river. So all this, all these things actually, yeah, indicates their traditional way of life, right? And also, as far as their economy or the is concerned, they also rear, animal and to support their life or the livelihood. So with the changing social order, they also changed their bit of orthodox attitudes, okay, and got inclined towards various jobs for earning livelihood, even going to the towns and urban cities. And this, as I told, they are settled in the West Tripura. In West Tripura, the Boromura Range, which is very famous in Tripura, so they live in Sampaknagar near Boromura Range. So their families is estimated 40 to 50 families. You can imagine their families also 40 to families, which is very minimal in terms of other tribes or other clan. So it has been a very serious concerns about their extinction. And they also, it is also estimated that 10 to 15 live in neighboring district like Dalai. So it is, the source has been confirmed by the officials, government official. So the report has been circulating as such. And in total, it is estimated that 250, 250, people are living in West Tripura and Dalai districts. So these two districts in total 250. Whereas if you talk about of other particular village, in a village there, in a single village there are more than 250 to 500. So you can imagine in these two districts, the the populations or the people of Karban community is very less. So it is not that during Maharaja periods also they were given some of the opportunities, and effort had been made to protect their life and identity and save them from extinction. So one of the famous or the old member from the Karban community, Bisurai Karban, who is about more than 80 years of age, have clearly recalled that once upon a time they were also called at Ojanta place for various festivals such as Durga Puja and all, right? And therefore they can easily recall their way of life and the connection with the kingdom or the king of the Tripura. So during, it is said that during Manekya rules, the Manekya tried to, educate the Karbans, the community, and also tried to arrange teachers. But over the time periods, this initiative did not receive much success. Therefore, it doesn't work. It did not work properly. Therefore, if I would say in 1989, when the Autonomous District Council of Tripura, TTADC Tripura Travel Areas Autonomous District Councils was set up in 1989 to set up a primary school at Korbangpara, but it started functioning only in 1993, right? So the seriousness of the government also have to be look into how far the government is also very serious about this community and also safeguarding their life, life and liberty, and also that their dialect language are their overall extinction from the state. So it is a very serious concern. So even if there was a school, many students easily drop out in the midway of their class. Say it is at 10, 12, or like 7, 8, 9. So the dropout of the children of this community is very high. So the report also said that some of the report also say that populations are declining because of the inter-tribal marriages. Although the reports did not cover about the health aspect and also the livelihood aspect and their condition, These have to be looked into deeply through research paper and all. So as of now, some of the reports are claiming that their population is declining due to inter-tribal marriages. So it has this was the main concern that reports have taken into. But I also think that some of the aspect like health, their understanding about their identity and culture, and how they are prone to the assimilation with the neighboring larger tribes. So this has to be looked into also, and their initiative and their awareness about it, their attitudes toward their identity, and all these aspects have also to be studied, and detailed report have to be made. Therefore, as it is, as I said, like 250 people belonging to 2 to 60 families remain in Karbang tribe. So you can imagine the population size with other tribes as well. So some of the cause of their extinctions is mentioned, like inter-tribal marriage, poverty, and lack of proper education, as I said. Also, the one of the member, Ravi Mohan Karbang, stated this reason, and also health issue have to be looked into, their mortality rate, and their health concern. So these things have to be looked into deeply for formulating any policies for these people and their conservation. So the numbers over the year is coming down according to the members of elder members of the Karbang community. And since the Karbang community is considered as a sub-tribe, despite having a language distinctly different from all other tribes, India census does not count them separately. As I said before, also even the census did not count or enumerated them as a separate community. They have been included in a larger community, say for example Halam community. So Halam community has been in the census report, but this minor community is not included simply because they are the sub-clan of the sub-tribe of the Halam community. They have not been enumerated separately. As such, their identity is totally lost, and their extinction is on the verge, about to distinct from being called as Karbang community. So even according to 1940 Gazette notifications, there are 19 tribal groups in Tripura, with the Karbang community being included in the Halam group. Recently, they were granted scheduled tribe status by the center. So this is one maybe the positive news, but a lot have to be done for this community. So if I talk about Karbang and their differential language, so we can say that being the community as endangered community, but their language can be also considered as extinct language. The moment this community get extinct, the language will be the show. Therefore, endangered Karbang community they differentiate themselves from other indigenous tribal groups through their language, which is different from Kokborok. The major dominant language of tribal in Tripura is Kokborok. They also, by religion, they practice Hinduism, right? Their elders have been saying that they practice Hinduism, with some exception, like some have converted into Christianity and all, right? So if I talk about this UNESCO's definitions of language, or how UNESCO has classified the language, the language that is spoken by less than 10,000 people is considered potentially endangered. So if you see the less than 10,000 mean what? You know, if you see the tribal populations of this Karban community is 250, estimated to be 250. So 10,000 is so huge. And we are talking about the 250 populations. So it is almost endangered. We can say not almost endangered, but endangered language we can say, we can consider it. So the Tribal Autonomous District Council, you know, Radhasaran, the executive member, the Radhasaran also expressed the concern over these present conditions of the Karbang sub-tribe, you know, which is very small, micro, totally micro tribal groups in the world that has been claimed, you know, and they are likely to be extinct soon unless proper measures are taken to protect their identity. So Radhasaran Debbarma also expressed the concern, but how far the step is being made or the measures are being taken is a matter of concern and matter of discussions. So they should be settled in one place. What they claim that they should be settled in one place, their culture and language should be preserved, and job should be created for their livelihood, one Radhasaran Debbarma said. So how far it has been met, it is subject to research and subject to verifications. So recently what actually the court has said, you know, many courts, even the High Court or any other court, what do they say about the issue or the petition that have been filed before the court? The court says that the community came into limelight, right, as I said, on 18 October. Right, I have already told this. So the court had actually taken the cognizance one local newspaper report, that is Tripura Observer. The newspaper is Tripura Observer. So it has a published a report on Karbang communities titled as Karbang community is about to get extinct. So it was like that. So the report was like that. Therefore, the report has been taken into cognizance by the High Court of Tripura. Therefore, it was a bench has been made, as I said before in the introduction, right? So, and therefore, the state and the centers have been directed to file the report. And Advocate Hari Krishna Bhumik has been appointed as the amicus curiae for the case, right? And the census report, if I say the overall populations of the census report of Tripura, it is estimated to be 73,917 people, of which roughly 30% were from the 19 tribal communities. So the overall census of the, the overall census of the Tripura, the 19 tribal community comprised of only 30% and 70% are non-tribal. So this is what the situation of Tripura in the state of the Union of India. So this is what the High Court is saying, and let's see what it's come out. And as the center and the state are about to submit their report, detailed report, and once it's come out, we will definitely come to know about the situations, the present conditions of the Karbang tribes. So stay tuned, and we will also try to do some research on the community on ground, and definitely will let you know. And I hope the report of the government will also be elaborated one, and it will come with detailed conditions of this tribe. So thank you. And as requested, this PVC channel, Pragmatic View channel, has requested the viewers to subscribe this channel, and will come to know about the various issues about that is taking place in India and this different state, and also the hot topic that the admin of this group think will be brought and placed before you all. So think about it and analyze the situations of this community group. And as I said, the identity of the tribes have to be maintained by themselves. And of course, the government will make some effort, but the initiative has to begin from the community itself. And as such, for this, to realize this, the government must have to support the community, and the community should be given the ownership of their identity, and they should be promoted by themselves. And the support and initiative should be supported by the government. Since they are very poor people and they cannot support themselves, it is imperative that the government should always support the group until or unless they come out of the poverty, and their identity is not protected, until or unless their identity is not protected. So I may be also discussing this issue in Chakma language. So thank you so much. Bye bye.